Okay, see, once again, welcoming all the participants and the organizers and the budding entrepreneurs or new entrepreneurs and already who are in the line. This is a program organized by the college or education institute. Most of the colleges we have done this one. Mainly the product program on EDP, that is Entrepreneurship Development Program, and the project identification. Why do we need this type of informations at this time? Because you know the present situation is changing day by day, and it is important to know what are the best things that we can do for our future life, and what are the circumstances that are giving us to go through all these changes. Change is an inevitable. Change is a positive. It is a part of our life. It takes every second, every hour, every minute. It's gone changing, and it is we up to the how much we are going to change ourselves to adjust the future things. And to make the things more important, and before that, I wanted to explain about my MSME. MSME Development Institute under the Ministry of MSME is doing a lot of work for the promotion and development of entrepreneurs across India, and also supporting the existing industries through various scheme existing industries, also benefited. Why MSME is very important? The MSME is very important because it has got huge contribution in terms of in the our economy of the country, and it's also huge considerable contribution in our GDP also. Seeing the importance of this sector, it is most important to see this sector as as an important area where it gives a lot of employment. So after agriculture, this is the sector which gives a lot of employment. And also, being the second sector after agriculture, it has gained a lot of importance because the most of the small scale industries or micro level industries are getting the orders from these are large scale industries. Since the large scale industries or medium scale industries, they are not going to, not in a position to prepare or manufacture any small components or an intermediary products. Ultimately, the MSME becomes the focus point. For example, auto manufacturing companies or aerospace companies, any defense, many large scale industries. They want to make small molds, components, precision components, or any present situation, the COVID situation. A lot of demand is there for sanitizers, masks, and other medical related items. So these are all being done by small scale industries, small and micro level industries. Because, and also why micro and small scale industry is important means it is also easy to diversify their products. See, earlier, the most of the industry they are manufacturing the garments, ready-made garments, as most of you are aware. Now, because of this COVID, all the people they are diversified into making the mask, medical related items like apron or PPE kits. So other related items they started manufacturing. That means the diversification took place immediately. Very easy to change. The people are, entrepreneurs can change over. So seeing this, the promoting the MSME is very important. So why? And let us, when you want to start this program, the entrepreneurship development programs. Now, why what is EDP? Entrepreneurship Development Program. a program which helps in developing the entrepreneurial skills and ability that are required to run a business successfully. You know, so to run the business, you need some kind of skills or abilities. It is not so easy also. It requires a skills, that is how to run the business, what is the technical information required, and how to manage the employment, I mean employees, how to take the business forward, what are the things that are taking place around your business area. These are the changes that you have to see it. That is ability to implement it. Ability is also very important. So this is the program which EDP, which provides an important area for the entrepreneurs to become a successful entrepreneurs. And objectives, to promote first generation businessmen. So some of the people who are working for a long years in some particular sectors or a business, means particular service sectors. So normally they will go for even changing or starting. For example, some of the most of the things which are in our service. Some of the people who are worked more than 20 years or 25 years in IT sector, and they come up with MSME DIFRs, or we want to do some other manufacturing, any project is there like that. So they become the first generation entrepreneurs when we develop them. So, and also to create awareness about the resources. There are so many resources we know. I mean, none of young entrepreneurs, they don't know, because they have to identify how to utilize these resources. And also this program particularly promotes the small cottage industry, local industries, all business enterprises can be developed through this program. Now, another also to encourage more self-employment. The self-employment, government is not in a position to provide a lot of employment to the young budding entrepreneurs. So naturally, going to become a self-employees, and also government has got a lot of schemes and programs. So to make use of that one, it is also program usage. This program particularly PP programs, anything will give an idea about the plans, and also to make a successful entrepreneurs. See, successful entrepreneurs, how you define. See, over a period of time, when you start a business or you become an entrepreneur, it needs a lot of changes over a period of time. So have, when you have this type of, attain some kind of achievements or changes in your business line, you're going to become a successful entrepreneur. That is a main point. And also to create awareness about marketing. Any entrepreneurs or who are started their business, it requires the marketing. The marketing is the main area which mainly linked between the manufacturing and the customers. So that is a link that is most important. And also, this entrepreneur should not be, when you want to start an industry, it should not be concentrated in only small area. It should be across all area of the country. So uniformly should be distributed across the country. And also, any doubts. Frequently, a lot of entrepreneurs come up with a lot of doubts during their journey of entrepreneurship. So we try to clear the doubts. That is a main area, uh, and and entrepreneurial process. See, in a entrepreneurial process, it is a process of pursuing new venture by evaluating and developing opportunities and by overcoming the forces that resist the creation of some new. See, when you want to go for self-employment or self-venture, you are bound to face certain kind of ups and downs, or some kind of forces which pulls you down. So you may not be interested, or you may be pulled on by some other people, or negative things will come into mind to start with work. So you have to overcome all those things, because the your path should be towards moving towards the to become an entrepreneur. That is the most important. See, it is a more just a problem than is solving a typical management positions. The entire entrepreneurial process now, it requires four phases. One is the identification and evaluation of the opportunities. Identification and evaluation of opportunity. That means you are going to identify what is the opportunities? What are the opportunities with us where we can become an entrepreneur? How I can become an entrepreneur? So to become an entrepreneur, these four stages will make you a real entrepreneur and develop a business plan. So once you identify and evaluate the opportunity, you start making the business plan. And after business plan, you have to identify the required sources, resources. Resources here means the entrepreneurs requires a lot of to start an enterprise. You need a manpower, you need a financial support, you need a technology support, you need a manufacturing, I mean machinery support. All these resources are very important. So required resources you have to identify. So management of resulting enterprise. Once you start the enterprises, it is also becomes important to manage well. Sustainability is very important. So it's not a over a one day or a 1 week or 1 year, 2 years program. It is a long term programs. Okay, and what who is an entrepreneur? See, when you say entrepreneur, is a person who organizes a venture to benefit an opportunity rather than working as an employee. See, in the word itself, as you can see, an entrepreneur, a person who organizes a venture to benefit the opportunities rather than working as a employee. See, the benefits which are we are going to get as an entrepreneur will be seen as an opportunity and rather than working become an employee. See, an employee means what if he simply joined for an organization, he works like writing a accounts or some other monitoring, some particular area he going to monitor. But here, an entrepreneur is nothing but he watches everything. So he takes care of everything. So that benefit will be an opportunity. So no, the entrepreneurs assumes all risks and rewards of the venture. See, when you want to venture into this one, you have to face the risk also and also rewards. So the more you take risk, the more you reward you get. Risk is the key factor which will make an entrepreneur to face it. And in the case of the entrepreneurs, maybe sole entrepreneurs are a proprietorship or a partner or owned by majority of the shares, some of the private limited companies, partnership company, anything it can be entrepreneurs. Okay. Now, say a successful entrepreneur, someone with excellent communication, and also to become an entrepreneur, it is also important to have excellent communication is very important. So unless you have a good communication skill for selling of a products to customers or motivating the employee, so it is not called as an entrepreneur. So you should be when you successful, when you want to become successful, you should have this quality also. That is a communication skill. You see the marketing fellows, they come to you, they sell the market. How nicely they speak, how good words they use to sell their products. Even the product maybe quality already you will not knowing, but the skill, that is skill of selling the product to the customer is very important. And also, and the successful entrepreneur also involves a lot of motivation he has to do for his employees. So unless you motivate them, you support them, or you support the timely actions for them, so it is not possible to just become a one good thing. So it's a motivating. The motivating is very important. And the success comes only when a preparedness meets an opportunity, and it should be the accept changes as a moral and psychological undergoing to achieve the goals of the and okay. So the entire entrepreneur's quality here we have mentioned. So here one word I have to use. If you have a passion, we will provide a technical financial solution to achieve your goals. That means here MSME. So you should have a passion to work. See, the more passion you have to work, you will definitely become successful. See, you do anything. The interest makes you to work, not by the somebody's pressure or somebody told or somebody become very successful entrepreneur in particular area, particular product selling and everything. Then it doesn't mean that you should also become the same thing. So your area of thinking, your area of achievement or your area of selection is very important. Depends on you and how you are going to execute or implement the whole systems. That is a passion. So here we are going to, in MSME, we are going to give you technical and financial solution. Now, coming back to, is entrepreneurship a good career? Somebody will ask the questions whether it is a good or not. So some new ventures generate enormous wealth for the entrepreneur. However, the job of an entrepreneur is not for everyone. See, some new ventures always generate enormous wealth for the entrepreneurs. It is some of the sector, if you see, some of the sectors where the entrepreneurs they get more and more wealth by through their successful skill implementation, to their ability. That is the most important. Some of the sectors they become more successful, and you need to hard work and create, smart and willing to take a risk and good with the people. See, the entrepreneur always requires some kind of characteristics, some kind of attitude, some kind of inbuilt characters they should develop, like hardworking. So we say hard working. How to hard work? See, you see this most of the successful entrepreneurs. You might have heard a lot of successful entrepreneurs like the Infosys, for example. Initially, they felt they started with a small room with a small amount. Today, you see where they are. Like there's so many successful entrepreneurs. For example, women entrepreneurs, lot of women, group of women entrepreneurs. They started slowly, and then today they have achieved more than they expected in their business life. For example, in Bombay, the Bawala, they started this slowly. Now they are achieved a lot. Like that. See, every successful entrepreneur, they find a lot of difficulties when they started in the initial stage, and when they reach to top level, it requires a lot of hard work also. And the creative is a one of the word which is required. Creative means when you manufacture a product, your idea should be creative. You should have different product because you should see the market development. What are the developments that are taking place in and around? And creativity becomes very important, and you should be smart also. Smart life. Everything today's life is very smart. Smartphone, smart life, smart home. Everything is smart. So you should also become a smart. So it should be measurable. Okay, and pursuing uh, career as an entrepreneur is a wide open opportunity. Is an opportunity is huge when you want to become an entrepreneur. So let us see the difference between the entrepreneurship and entrepreneur. So a person who starts and operates a business is an entrepreneur. A person who starts and operates a business is an entrepreneur. That means he starts the business and operates. He starts it and operating. That is continuation. That is an entrepreneur. The process he follows, in which entrepreneur starts the process of starting the business, then operating it is called entrepreneur. That's the entire process child. So that is the difference we should always take care. Okay. Now, uh, how to identify? How you want to become an entrepreneur? Is a There is some system or some kind of the procedure, some kind of steps are required. So find your identity. That is here the strength, weakness, and opportunity. This is SWOT analysis, self analysis. Think where I am, what is my education, what is my skill, what I can do in the present situation, what are the things that are taking place in and around present situation, what are the new products that are coming, how I can manufacture all these things. You should start identify yourself, because when you once start identifying your strength and weakness, you will become a real person to move forward. And research for your market. See, when you identify a product or a service, then it's a market is also required. It's the most important. Unless you have a planned market approach, you cannot reach the point. So research of the for your market is very important, and educate yourself constantly. That means you have to constantly, at a day to day, time to time, you have to upgrade your knowledges. Your knowledge upgradation is very important. Always you think that I'm a learner. I want to learn a lot of things. Today, what I learned, and at the end of the day, what today entire day I spent. What are the new things I learned? that you should make a diary. What are the new information I got it? So how I can develop that one with the other systems, other people, how I can share. Who are the people, good people today I met them. What are the good information I could give them? So you should think in a positive manner always. See, there will be negative in any system you go, any person you meet, any conditions you go. There are a lot of people who always have a negative people. Some people say, why you are going to that entrepreneur, why you can't join for a job, you will get a constant salary, everything. That is, those people they can't do anything, they will tell all these stories. So there is negative version. So that way you should avoid it. That means educate yourself, be a positive life. Build your business steadily. When you start the business, when you commence the business, it is a important that it should steadily improve it. Constantly, you should maintain it. Reinvent your strategies. See the strategies of your plan or anything, how you are going to implement your business line. It should be always, it should be invention time. So you should go on once you implement the whole planning. It doesn't mean that you stick to the whole period. It requires you have to reinvent again and again, see what best I can do, what best things I can give to the public, or my product can get into the market. So these are the statistics point which you understand. So next point is important qualities of entrepreneurs. What is an important qualities? See, entrepreneurs require certain qualities of running the business, enterprises. Some qualities like it can be like by born some of the people, but most of them can be acquired. So most of the entrepreneurs, some of the entrepreneurs you are seeing, it's a third generation, second generation, fourth generations, the business are running because there's from the bonding from the family itself, it gets transferred. In some cases, it is a first generation entrepreneurs. So successful entrepreneurs need have certain qualities. And what are the basic qualities, important points? Look out for opportunity. An entrepreneur should always look an opportunity. He must be able to innovate and explore the opportunities. So explore and innovate. Explore the opportunity and start innovating. So once you get the opportunity, start thinking what I can do, what I can do. So this is the question mark, what I can do, how I can take it forward. So these question marks, why, what, and when. So these all the things will create you. uh, The things will come into proper life. And desire, strong desire to succeed. The desire is the greatest of impetus. Entrepreneurs must have the desire to get a identity, improve status, accumulate wealth. They must have desire to achieve greater heights and succeed. So these are all desires. Desire is there, but how to implement? So I have got a lot of desire to make so many things, but there are some restrictions. There are certain bound which you cannot do it. I'm just in the four walls. So how to overcome? This desire is it's a just natural process. It will come into your mind. So how to implement? Now, on the third point is persistent. On the road of entrepreneurship, entrepreneurs have to have several problems. See, when you on the road of entrepreneurship, when you start taking the entrepreneurship, you have to face a lot of ups and downs because sometimes the problems with respect to the finance, problem with the people, or sometimes problem with the marketing. So there are so many things. So establishing enterprises may be time consuming, and entrepreneur it is a and also see it is not a one day or 1 week or 1 month or 2 months. It is a totally time consuming process. So establishing enterprises may be a time consuming enterprise. An entrepreneur has to tolerate the taste. It is a nothing but it's a kind of test of patience and discouraging the people around during the initial stage. So always when you start coming to the entrepreneurship line, you should always discourage the people around you who are giving negative thoughts to you and broaden the horizon. Entrepreneurs who update themselves or and they are well informed can acquire greater knowledge. That's what I told you. The time to time, the your upgradation of the knowledge is very important, and can reduce the distance between success and you. The success, how do you reach? Once you update yourself, you become a more knowledge person. The knowledge more you acquire, the success becomes very near. That means you are reducing the gap between you and the success. So broadening vision can also help the entrepreneurs to establish and run the business successfully. And you should have both vision and the mission. That is the thing. Internal personal skills. Entrepreneurs cannot run business on their own. They are dependent on customers. See, when you run a business, it is not easy that you run alone. You have to depend on your people, like customers, your employees, and suppliers, and the government agencies, and so on and so on. Because a business runs on various factors. First, you have to depend on your employees because you have to take care of your employees, and take care of employees means in terms of financial, in terms of moral support, in terms of guiding them, in terms of assisting them in all the way. So, and work as a leader. You are working as a leader. You should be really take care of you should be take care of your employees. If they don't, you don't take care, there will be problem for your business. That means sometimes there will be negative effect. At the same time, the customers with whom you are doing the business, and customers are very important. They are the key. They are the first people to support you. When you provide it, your product is good, your service is good. So all these parameters, if you take care, the customers automatically will support you. That is also the personal relationship is very important. And suppliers, most of the things you have to depend on external factors like supplying the materials or suppliers with whom you are taking the raw materials or any services. That is very important. You have to make a good relationship, and also with the government department, because you have to maintain a lot of relationship with the government department to take the benefits of the schemes. And also the entrepreneur has to build a is business network, social network in order to succeed in the business. See here, business network and as well as the social network are most important to become a success in your business. So an entrepreneur make use of professions when their need arises in running the business. Internal person skills should be the first in the quality of the entrepreneur. Sorry, interpersonal skills it should be the first in the quality of the entrepreneur. When you want to become an entrepreneur, this is the first. Now, a problem solver strategy is actually a way of thinking, and you find out the solution to deal with the problems. The problem, when you say, this is all my what I'm telling is a general word. Specifically case, if you take any specific case and it becomes a related to that, you have to specify the case, then you start solving the problems by strategic planning. And entrepreneurs must realize the wisdom, must utilize the wisdom to tackle the arising problem. That means wisdom, when you say wisdom means you are not bounded by certain always with the your thinking. So you should sometimes think out of the box. Most of the entrepreneurs, what happens when you are have a one particular supplier, and you always think that supplier always supplies to you and you are safe. Suppose something happens to one particular that particular supplier with whom you are doing the business, and the moment you find a difference or difficult in getting the things from him, then you will be in a difficult trouble. So that means you should have alternate supplier also. That means the problem can be solved having alternate always also. Okay, takes courage. See, when you starting an enterprise is nothing but it is not an easy job. It is also an adventure. You can say adventure. You can say an enterprise must be courage to run the business, and business may fetch profits or loss. See, as I told you, the business can be you can make the profit or you can make the loss depending upon your strategic planning or depending upon your product, your service. Entirely depends on your parameters. So, and the risk taking capacity more. That is and other point which I wanted to highlight here to become an entrepreneur is willingness to share. See, here entrepreneurs must be willing to share resources with other. What I'm trying to say, uh, see, whatever the things you are making business, whatever the profit you are making on the business, you have to punctual to the government policies, government uh, schemes, whatever you are availing the benefits. So the profit sharing is very important and the self-confident. So entrepreneurs must demonstrate a first importance in order to cope with the risk of operation of their own business and the profit motive. So any business you do, it must have some profit oriented also because nobody will do with the charity. So they will acquire some, they must plan for some profit. And it should be success always measured by the profits. So you should not only chase the money. Here, what I'm telling you, profit, you should motive should be there, but you should not run behind the money. You should chase the success. Money will then automatically will follow the success. That is important. So those who chase money now, success will be very hard to reach them. So you should follow this success. How to follow success? There are other characters, other parameters which you do an entrepreneur should follow, like leadership quality, quality of the product, quality of the service, and maintaining the interrelationship with all our surroundings. So these all the things will definitely help you. And the responsibility, an entrepreneur must have a sense of responsibility and creative, and he must innovative ideas, introduce new products and service to meet the customer needs. See, every time the customer gets changes, customer desire changes, customers the ambition changes, or their product desires also keep changes. So to meet this, you must be creative and innovative to take the time to time. So the design which were there in 1970 and the design now you expect in 2010, after a gap of 50 years, there's a lot of changes. There are so many young entrepreneurs, young people have in the line. Their design may be design, their idea may be different. So to suit them, your product or service should be matching to them. Now, coming to these all the points which highlighted about the how you should become an entrepreneurs. Okay, steps. What are the parameters you should take, and what are the characters you should build up yourself, and what are the things you should see in and around your place. Now, the what is the role of an entrepreneur in the development of the country? See, entrepreneur is the most important, and enterprises is also important. So, what is its contribution in the our economy? That's the main point. And first one is employment opportunities. Being an important person, entrepreneur, enterprises also provides a lot of employment opportunities, and a large number of people get their job. And to some extent, they are going to remove unemployment problem in the country. And after agriculture, MSME becomes the second largest and a balanced regional development. The government provides decentralized development of industries as most of the incentives are established in industry in backward rural area. See, there is a balanced regional knowledge should be there because it is not necessary that all most of the MSME should be concentrated only in metro cities. It should be decentralized. It means it should be spread across all the length and breadth of the country. So there should be uniformity in the development of the country. So to that, what happens? The governments come out with a lot of schemes and the incentives to develop the backward area and rural area. So there are, suppose if you want to develop, if you want to set up industry in backward area in our Karnataka, like Yadgiri or any other backward areas, Raichur, and all these backward rural area, backward areas, the government will send some incentives like stamp duty exemptions or power charge exemptions or some kind of income tax exemptions or so GST, some concessions, all these things. So if you say these are the things to make you to attract the entrepreneur to set up the industry in the rural and the backward area. So because of this, there are about 6.5 crore units around the country, and entrepreneurs can avail this benefit and both and then backward area, rural area. So because of this, they are being establishing the unit in those areas. There will be balanced regional development. That is the main thing. That is good. And the contribution of MSMEs is a great thing. We have got about 40% of the total MSMEs are indirectly they are contributing. Some of the MSMEs are directly exporting, and some of them they are working on behalf of another main industries. They are supporting the real exporters, and the total manufacturing out of that 45% will be only from the MSMEs, and it has got great contribution in our GDP. And they remove regional disparities and bring balanced regional development. They help improve the standard living of the people. So, because of the providing employment, at the same extent, they are also improving the standard living of the people and who are residing in the suburban area, rural area, so that because of the providing employment, their standard of living automatically improves. And the mobilization of local resources. Entrepreneurs help to mobilize and utilize local resources like small savings and talent, right, which may otherwise remain idle. See, if you establish the unit in rural or backward areas, naturally they are going to use the talented people of that local area. So instead of being idle, they can use these local people and then they provide the employment. So thus they help the effective utilization of the resources. That is, you are using the HR resources, very human resources, effectively to provide them a kind of job or employment, so that they become the their level can be improved further. Okay, that is the other. Now, now optimization of capital. That means entrepreneurs aim to get quick return on the investment. They act in stabilizing forces by providing high output capital ratio as well as employment capital ratio. So, entrepreneurs know when you start a business, you always try to make a quick return on the investment. That means you are investing some amount, say about 1 lakh or 10 lakh rupees, you are investing to start a business or a manufacturing unit. You immediately start trying to take back the return. That is it. Things we always, many entrepreneurs are see in that angle. So I must get back my money fast on the investment what I made. So this is also optimization of capitals and promotion of exports. Entrepreneurs reduce the pressure of the country's balance of payment by exporting their goods. That means, when you export the goods or services, you are getting the foreign exchange, and you are reducing the country's balance of payment. Here, when a country exports or imports something from the other countries, you have to pay on the foreign currency only. Say in our country, it's a dollar. So you are letting out our foreign exchange, foreign forex reserve. So here, the entrepreneurs, when you start exporting by goods, they bring the dollars back to our country. That means here nearly 40 to 45% Indian exports are being supported by MSMEs. So that means indirectly you are supporting the our exports one point, and also you are supporting the balance of payments. So consumer demands. Entrepreneurs produce wide range of products required by consumer, and they meet the demand of the consumer without creating shortage of goods. That means entrepreneurs always has a skill, is an ability, is a person, is a leader. He is going to produce wide range of products required by the consumer. Consumer taste varies from time to time. So here, the consumer desire or his demand will be met by the entrepreneurs by producing wide range of products. So with the creative designs, with the creative ideas, the products will be developed. So these are the one. See, another one is social advantages. Entrepreneurs help the entrepreneurs of the society by providing employment people. That means they are em- supporting this society by providing the employment and independent living. They are trying to make it, and they encourage the democracy and the governance. They adopt the distributing the national income in more efficient and equal manner among the various stakeholders of the society. They are also part of our distributing national income uniformly in efficient manner. and increase the per capita income. Entrepreneurs help to increase the per capita income of the country in various ways, facilitate the development and backward area and weaker section of the society. That means they are also establishing the unit in the backward areas and also supporting the weaker sections. You know, most of you heard of the some of the honey, you may know nectar honey. That is the brand honey, the manufactured by, you know, there are group of tribal people in Canada. They are manufacturing this honey, and through particular one brand, nectar brand, it is being sold in the market. That means a particular entrepreneur who is taking the responsibility of giving the employment to all these tribal women. Uh, they're generating the product from them and selling in the market and through particular their own brand. It means it is a kind of supporting the backward area and also the weaker section of the society. And that is the most important. That is the, another way. And capital information. A country can attain economic development only when there is a more amount of investment and production. So that means the economic condition of a country can go more faster and a higher level when there is a investment and production. So you might have now seen the present situation is every state, and of course India, whole our country trying to pull the investment for the our country. That means investors, we are inviting the all investors to come and invest in our country or in the state to help the economic development can also be developed through this way. And entrepreneurs helps in channelizing their savings and the public to produce resources by establishing enterprises. So, and the growth of capital market, entrepreneurs raises money by for running their business through shares and debentures. So, entrepreneurs raises money for running their business through shares. You might have seen most of the MSMEs or some large scale or medium scale industries, they go for share in the public. They take the money from the public, the ventures, trading of shares. So growth of capital market becomes very important when these entrepreneurs step into that line of income generation. I mean capital market. Okay, and so these are the 10 points which I highlighted about the entrepreneur's role in our economic development. So coming back to some of the important point which the present women entrepreneurs are facing the challenges in their to become an entrepreneurs. Some of the challenges and problems faced by women entrepreneurs, the family restrictions. See here, why we are giving this particular point is entrepreneurs can be either male or female, whatever may be. But most of the women entrepreneurs want to become go for self-employment or start some business or services. They've got some kind of restrictions across India, what the report says. The family restrictions, women are expected more time with their family members. They do not encourage the women to do extensively for exploiting the business opportunity. And family background also very important, and the lack of finance. So most of the family members they don't encourage women to go for entrepreneurs by spending their money. So that is a one area. And if you think in that way, there are some successful women entrepreneurs like Kiran Majumdar Shah. You might have seen, you have heard about this, the successful women entrepreneurs. So in spite of all odds, they reach the top level today. And the lack of education is one of the most important thing that our women entrepreneurs are not getting. They are not, they are not being reached to higher education also. And there is huge competition also within the from the men's side. And due to limited mobility, they find difficult to compete. See, mobility of their women now is very difficult. It's restricted to, so they cannot move from one place to another so easily and reach to the other point. And moving in and around market is again a tough job for middle class women entrepreneurs. And that is also one of the area. And what are the remedial areas? See, remedial areas to help through NGOs, through government supporting schemes. They're all now trying to come out supporting women entrepreneurs through various training programs and providing the separate scheme for women entrepreneurs. And through CPA and in NABARD, there is a lot of schemes are available. They can exclusively for women entrepreneurs and they can avail the benefits. And the marketing researches due to the limited mobility, women are unable to market their products. The mobility is very important here. It means if they want to sell the product from manufactured in Bangalore and to Delhi, and the mobility is very important because the moment you have wide range of mobility, I mean wide scope for mobility, then only the product can be sold in the market and you can become the more identity. You can yourself become identified in the customer's mind when you start moving out. That is a thing. That is a difficulties in the case of many entrepreneurs at certain things which we are seeing. And the family support is also very much important when they will taking that up. So, seven, this is one part I will do. And the second is seven essential skills required to succeed in enterprise. So, you can, there are certain skills are required to become a successful entrepreneur or to succeed as an enterprise. So I'm ambitious and willing to learn, ability to listen, creativity, so persistency, courage and risk taking. These all sum up what I made and what you have to follow it. Now, what kind of entrepreneurs are there? Different types of entrepreneurs. See, based on the type of business you can calculate. The trading enterprise you can see, manufacturing enterprise, agricultural. So trading enterprise, most of them, some people, they're traders. That means they bring the product from the manufacturers and they sell it in the market. That is a working as a traders without any value addition to the product. Just they sell it. And the manufacturing enterprises particularly manufacture the products where the manufacture takes place for producing the product. And agriculture enterprises. Agriculture, that is agriculture products are produced and this is converted into value addition. With value addition, they made it accessible to the customers. That is a value enterprise. I mean, agriculture enterprise based on the use of technology. Technical enterprises, non-technical enterprises. Example, service provider, anything is providing the facilities management side. That is a service sector, non-technical enterprise. That's all. And technical enterprises, which are actually going for manufacturing with the technical support. And based on the ownership, that is also entrepreneurs. Private enterprises, it can become individual proprietors, partners, or directors. They're all entrepreneurs in the case of private. In the case of state enterprises, when you take entrepreneurs, when the trading or industrial venture is taking place, central government or state government is called state enterprise. When you take government enterprise, joint entrepreneurs, when the private entrepreneurs and the government jointly doing the business, it is called joint entrepreneurs. So these are the type of business entrepreneurs and other kind of business based on gender, the men entrepreneurs or women entrepreneurs. So now coming to MSME classification. So recently, on the 1st of July, as per the government guidelines, the definition of MSME has been changed. So micro, small, and medium enterprises. When you say micro enterprises, they have the investment on the plant and machinery is 1 crore, and turnover is up to 5 crores. It is called a micro enterprise. And the small enterprises, when you say where the investment on plant and machinery up to 10 crores and 50 crores is the turnover, then it is called small enterprises. And the medium scale entrepreneurs where the investment up to 50 crores and the turnover up to 250 crores. And above 250 crore turnover is large scale. So earlier we had only the investment on plant and machinery. Based on the plant and machinery investment, MSME definition were made. Now the service has been included. Service and the manufacturers are equally seen. Okay, so that means the service and the manufacturing concepts both are now equally viewed, and the definition is only definition is investment on private industry and the turnover component has been included in the our definitions. Okay, both manufacturing and service sectors is same. So in the case of when you calculate the turnover here, how do you calculate the turnover of a company? That means your whole area, whole year, how much you are going to develop, how much you do the business, and that a turnover is being taken. Here for calculating the turnover purpose, the turnover export turnover is being removed. Okay, so so these are the some basic laws one should understand. Every entrepreneur who wants to know it. See, nurturing a new business includes many things. So once a stepping stone, knowing the basic startup laws. So see, when you want to start a new business, it includes a lot of things in the initial stage. So you should also know legal areas, basic countings and accounting and related laws. So one, choosing a type of venture. When venture means you want to become a proprietorship or a partnership or a private limited company, what type of venture you want to get into. Labor law is very important. What is the labor law? See, in this state we've got a labor law. Across India, we have a separate ministry, Ministry of Labor and Employment. So through that, all the state government has even state government has a Department of Labor and Employment. So they have got a lot of schemes and then laws are made to protect the law. So one, when you want to become an entrepreneur, you should also know about this labor laws and Security Exchange of Board of India, the SEBI. So who knows that? You are now micro enterprise. You know, next few years you may become a small scale industry owner or a large scale industry owner. In that time, you may go for public calling, the shares. You can go for public money, this one through shares and debentures. So in that case, you have to your unit has to be listed in the SEBI. So you have to understand the rules and regulation and all other important point related to the SEBI and corporate governance. How corporate government functions. That is also some knowledge is required for an entrepreneur. And IT laws, income tax laws. So income tax is the most important where after you are a business, everything, whatever the profit you earning, you should regularly pay the income tax to the government. So that is a IT law. So you should understand the income tax laws time to time. And contract laws and dispute solution. So contract, when you see always an entrepreneur, when they manufacture something or when they provide services to any buyer and he will come across with the contracts with the suppliers or buyers or any service to whom he is going to give. In that case, the laws are very important because anything, because we are seeing this, because many things happen only when something goes wrong after the entire activity is over. Then somebody will raise the question, so why you not doing, why it is not written in our contract law? There is no contraction between there is no point in the contract points between our contractions. So all these problems starts. And also you should know the contract laws. That means what are the points you should put in the contraction in the contract point where you can become the you and the seller and the buyer becomes a very important to and the dispute can be reduced as much as possible. And intellectual property rights. It's very important. Intellectual property right means you are a you have got your own I mean, the designs or your own thought, your own developed a new product and new ideas. So that is to be protected. So you are the owner of your own ideas. You are the boss. So it should be protected. Otherwise, somebody will copy it and they manufacture and sell it in the market and they say that it is a their own product. So there are so many things that happen in and around business sectors. And the one thing is which you have seen in the recently in the mobile, the Samsung and the iPhone that you must have heard, and in the case of basmati rice, that is India and US, all the things you can see the potential. I mean, patent is very important. Intellectual property. That is, we are the intellect, we are the owners, and we have to protect our ideas. So knowledge related to the government contract. So any government contract when you when you take any government tender participate, you should know the knowledges, how it can be applied, what are the conditions they are putting, what is whether I can do it or not. And all these basic things, every entrepreneur should know it not only from the point of generating this one, and point of enhancing your knowledge, and your knowledge in this area definitely will keep you in a good condition so that you can solve the many of the problems. The goal setting. See, the goal setting is a powerful process. See, what is a goal setting? Goal setting is a powerful process of thinking about your idea of future and motivating yourselves to turn into vision of your future. So here, goal setting, when you say, uh, it is a kind of thinking. No, it's a kind of thinking about your future. So why, what I should become after next 5 years, next 10 years, what I should become. This is the target. This is a goal. You have put the mark there, 10 years or so, or 5 years. So you have to take it in a, after planning such a long time, then you have to split into small one, because another next month, what should be my plan? Another next 6 months, what should be my plan? That means you are splitting the whole process of your thinking into small, small bits so that you can achieve your targeted 10 years goal easily can achieve. That means not 10 years, you cannot wait for 10 years to achieve to that level. So split by part so that you can achieve your reach. The process of setting helps you to choose where you are in and where you want to reach in your life. There are three types of goals. One is the outcome goals, process goals, and performance goals. When you say goals setting, it has got outcome goals, process goals, and performance goals. So each of these three types differ based on how can be controlled. We have over it. How we have control, and we have the most control over process goal and least control over the outcome goals. See, we always think the the outcome goals, process goals, and performance goals. Is if you take the goal setting of all this area, we always worry about certain things, how best we can do it. But here, we always give less control over the outcome goals, because results is ultimately things. When you want to become something top level in your future life, it is the result ultimately counts. So how to reach? These are the three step areas where you can reach, and how to set up the goals. Steps, there are certain steps determine your life goals. Ask yourself some important questions. What you want to become, and break the big picture down into smaller. That's what I told you. So you may think bigger. I want to become a Tata, a Birla, or Ambani type. But even Ambani also started their life in the beginning. They start small one. Dhirubhai Ambani started with a small, with a petrol bunk, a small business. He used to carry the cloth in the market, sell the market. Today his level is behind our imagination. Such a level he has reached. That means it is not a simple thing. Overnight it will not change. It will take a over period of time. That's why you break the picture into smaller one and make a specific goal. That's what I mean, short period. And write a goals for a short term. You have to reach the write the what goal you want to reach in the short period. Make your goals smaller steps, and that move you towards larger life. Okay, adjust your goals periodically. That means periodically, 10 years goal, if you fix it now, it is not a constant. You have to periodically review and then set the goals. Okay. So this is about my entrepreneurship informations, or a basic information about entrepreneur. So when you want to become an entrepreneur or start an enterprises, and still there are a lot of project. So this is about initial stage what I told you, and after becoming an entrepreneur, when you achieve something, when you decided to start an enterprise, so what are the next step? That is the project identifications. The project identification is the step next. It is concerned with the collection, comparison, and analysis of economic data for the eventual purpose of local possible opportunity for investment. See, the project identification is very important, where you are going to start your actual work. And the 5 phases of any project management is the conceptions and initiations, the planning and execution and the performance and monitoring and the project completions. So these are the 5 important steps or phases when you want to start a enterprise. The project management. Here, general I am using project. Okay, and steps, stages of project, the project identification, the knowledge about the project and product experience. If you so you think you want to do some product, some project, or some product in terms of I am using the word project or product experience. If you and demand for the product. So you are think something you want to do some product. Say for example, you want to start some food-based product or textile-based product or some metal-based product. You think some. Then what is the knowledge in that one? Whether you are there or not. That is the one point. Experience also counts. Second one is the demand for the product. Whether that product which you are going to manufacture or which you are going to sell it, they have got a demand in the market. That is the second step. And existing supply position. That is where you think to manufacture a product, but supply chain for that, this raw materials required and the other accessory items are required, machineries are required. So how the supply chain gets into role when want to start this manufacturing this product, and availability of raw materials for the development of products, whether the raw materials are available or not, whether raw materials are nearby places or it is very far from the places. So these are the points you should know: the availability of raw materials and availability of other resources, such as labor and the power. Labors are available or not. So you cannot think as big industry in the center of the city or where the labors are not at all available. Or if you think in a remote area where the laborers cannot move from their home to the place of manufacturing, that is a difference. That is a difficulty you are going to face. That means availability of labor and the law. That is a point you have to see that. The cost of development of the product and the progress and source of fund. See, what is the cost involved in the development of the product and the progress? And the second is technology required. See, to convert that raw materials into a product, what kind of technology you are going to identify it. Where is the technologies available? You know, a lot of food-based products. You may get the technology from CFTRI Mysore, Central Food Research Institute. You may get a lot of technology related to food. Among the technologies available, those who are interested in food product, they can approach the CFTRA, they can get the lot of technology. And also NRDC, National Research and Development Center, that is also they have got a lot of technology. There also you can get the technology transfer for making the product. And marketability of the product, how you are going to market your product. So marketing also important. That means the product identification and the project topic. That's what identification. And the most important is the project report preparations. A project report is a document which provides details on overall picture of the proposed business. That means when we say project report, because a project report is a document which provides details on the overall picture of the proposed business. So any financial institutions from with whom you are going to expect the finance assistance, they expect the first the project report. How is your project report? The project report gives an account of the product proposal and ascertain the proposed plan and activities. It means it gives a complete plan of activities. What are the things you are going to do, and what are the machines are involved, what are the technologies are involved. So all these things will be involved in the project report. The project report is a written document relating to any investment. That means it is a written document completely on any investment. What are the investment you are going to make in the entire project? It will be shown in the project report. So it is a complete data on the basis of which the project has been praised. So somebody has to appraise. For example, when we do a lot of project report preparations, the SIDBI, that is Small Industry Development Bank of India, that is the government of India, and they are going to appraise your project reports. That is, they will say that this project which you are going to take up is useful or in the long term it is viable or not. they are going to tell clearly. So that is a project appraisal that is called. That will be whole visibility and the information of economic, technical, financial, managerial, all these things will be dealt with the project appraisals. And about again, general information is required, executive summary is required, organization summary. So it's a part of our project report. And the project descriptions. See, first is raw material requirement, target of productions, area required. So these are some of the points which I have highlighted in the case of project requirements. The fuel requirement, it's a totally it's a technical information. So how much what is required in the enterprises if you want to start, employment required, how many skilled laborers are required, how many unskilled laborers are required, and where is the technology selected from the project, product process, how you are going to production process starts, which are the machines are involved, and where are the quality checking point, how these are complete project description, location of the site, and marketing plan. And the marketing plan, the project report must also include the marketing plan, how you are going to sell the products, how it can be sold in the market. It must also contain strategies to be employed to capture the market. So there will be some kind of strategies, how you are going to improve your marketing, how you are going to sell the market, sell the product in the market, how you capture the customers. That's also very important. So, type of customers, target market, which are the customers you are going to focus in, and what kind of markets you are targeting, and what kind of nature of the targets. So, market segmentations, sales objective should be putting, marketing cost of the project. Market cannot be done at the free of cost. It's also involves a cost because the marketing manager is there, sales manager is there, and the transportation will be done. Transportation has to be taken care. So, and sales incentives has to be taken care, or some discount has to be taken care. So, all this is put together comes under the marketing cost. So, make sure the market share in the proposed venture. So, all these things, demand for the product in the local how much demand is there, national level or international global market. All this thing has to be included in the market. It must also include the potential users of the product. You see the product, the potential customer is very important here. For which customer you are going to focus and prepare the product according to that. That is most important. Now COVID situation. What is important? Medical related items like PPE kits, sanitizers, all as cleaning items, very important. Healthcare items, very important. So a lot of things are coming out. So because of COVID, so more many people are now coming out with a lot of the homemade products. So how you are going to develop it? What are the quality you have to maintain? So all these things has to be the demand creates your products and capital structure, operating cost, and everything. So the management plan that is important. The project report also should include some of the management plans like business experiences of the promoters. So you are the promoters. What is your experience? And details of the management team and the duties and responsibilities of the team members and current personal needs of the organization, methods of managing businesses, and the plans for these are all management level thinking. So how you are going to take forward your business and the financial aspects in order to get the profitability of the business, a projected profit loss accounts and the balance sheet are presented in the project. See, the profitability of any business, if you want to judge in a project report, a projected for a beginner, always a projected profit and the loss account and the balance sheets always they present in the project report up to 5 years or 10 years or like that. During that period, this much the unit in the initial stage, this much level it is going to achieve. After 10 years, your profit will grow from this level to that level. Your product sales goes from this level to that level. That means projected for so many period. That's also part of our project report. Okay, a projected balance sheet and a capital statement, cash flow statement, fund flow statements. So these are all includes at least 3 to 5 years which should be projected, so that the things will automatically come to know where you are going to stand after next 5 years or 10 years. So income statement and cash flow projections should also include three-type summaries. So these are the financial matters which include. Okay. Now The technical aspects, the project report also should include information of the technology and technical aspects of the project. It covers the information on technology selected of the project and production process, capacity of the machineries, pollution control details, and the project implement. Every proposal business must draw a timetable for completion of the project. That means you cannot complete the project without any time frame. Within this 1 month, I must go for this much activity, acquiring the subsidy, acquiring the certificate from the government department. And next, another 2 months, I must go for taking the power connections. Next, another 3 months, I must go for acquiring the machineries. So, time bound activity, time bound implementation is very important. And also the social responsibility. The proposed unit draws input from the society, hence it contributes to society in the form of employment and income, exports and infrastructure output of the business must be included in the project. This all social responsibility also be part of our social, project report. This much is the project report which I highlighted. One is the entrepreneurship, another is the project report preparation. So once you become the entrepreneur and you decide to be entrepreneur, you select the product and start becoming the enterprise. To become, to start the enterprise, you need a project report. How to make a project report, which I highlighted. Now some points which I wanted to highlight about the startup. It's also beginning. So for any doubt, anything is there, please let me know, because around and this much I can help. I think it's better these 2 points which I wanted to highlight you about the entrepreneurship and the project report. These two important points which I wanted to highlight you. And let me come back to the MSME schemes. How MSME schemes will help these budding entrepreneurs. That is the next point I wanted to highlight. That is these three sectors which I wanted to tell you. The last one is the financial matters. MSME classification, I told about MSME classification. Now, what are the finance? When you prepare the project report, you are going to get the financial details. You are going to give complete information about the financial matters. It is not, no, all the entrepreneurs are not in the rich. They are not going to put their money from their pocket entire amount. So the government is also, through its schemes, encourages these entrepreneurs. How? So there are 4 to 5 schemes out there, financial schemes, which the entrepreneurs can avail these benefits to start their enterprises. Okay. The first one is the PME, that's Prime Minister Employment Generation Program, which is nothing but a scheme where the budding entrepreneurs can get the loan up to 25 lakhs. 25 lakhs. And subsidy under this scheme is 25% to 35%, depending on the location of your enterprise. For example, if you want to start your enterprises in the urban area, you get a 25% subsidy. If you want to start in the rural area, you get a 35% subsidy. So this is the first scheme, PMG, and up to 25 lakhs you get it. And age limit here is above 18, and there is no upper age limit. That is, as long as you are very strong, you can utilize this opportunity. You can show your skill, you can show your best project, and then you can take the benefit in the scheme. The second one is the Mudra scheme, where the loan up to 10 lakhs is available. This 10 lakhs for traders, for service providers, or manufacturers. So here, your 10 lakhs, what I wanted to tell here is split in 3 ways. One is 50,000, 50,000 to 5 lakhs, 5 lakhs to 10 lakhs. So these 3 categories can be utilized. Those who want to start some businesses, trading businesses, like selling in textile materials, or selling some hardware items, or selling some construction side items. So for them, this small home, sitting in the home, you want to do some business, you can avail the benefit up to 50,000 rupees. That is a shishu, you can call it. And then 50,000 to 5 lakh, it is a kisho, you can take it. That is for setting up a small scale business. and micro level industry. 5 lakhs to 10 lakhs. That is again you can avoid to Tarun. That is called Tarun. Little bigger higher later. Even for existing, even for freshers also you can get away this mudra schemes. And these two schemes, another one scheme is called Stand Up India, where this particular scheme is helpful for SC, ST and women categories. Exclusive for women category is Stand Up India is there, where the loan from 10 lakhs to 1 crore is available, so that you can avail. So Stand Up India, PMEGP, and then uh, Mudra, and then Bharat, 1 minute. These particular schemes you can avail the benefits. Okay. Other one is there, that is stand up. I mean central. I mean CGTMSME scheme. That scheme particularly for existing and also for new industry where the loan is up to 2 crore is available without any collateral or a third party guarantee. But that should be I mean project should be very good and also physically economically visible, and then it should be some kind of more. In potential in their growth. That kind of projects will be funded by the this through this CGTMSME scheme. So these are 4 schemes which you can avail. Even with the state government also, there are certain schemes for exclusive for women, women entrepreneurs or as CS entrepreneurs. So you can avail the respective state government and see their schemes. So as a MSME, we are here to support you through various our schemes so that people can avail the benefit. We are already in, we have almost many number of entrepreneurs have availed the benefits of the MSME schemes, and then they are running successfully. And time to time, we are supporting the entrepreneurs as and when the new schemes comes. And so things are taking very good shape, and at present, they are in young entrepreneurs should think what you should become in the next future and work out and approach the department, because you are all lucky, I should say, because you are born with the digital era. Today is a digital mode everywhere. The moment you have a mobile, is everything world is with you. You can get anything. So that way, the things are happening here. So you are lucky, you can learn a lot of things. So I think with this word, because I have got another 4:45, another webinar is there. I have to. Any question is there? Anything is there? Please let me know.
Any participants have a question? If anybody wants to, yeah, Savita Shetty.
Yeah, sir, actually, I'm doing my master's in BCU, and I had a boutique for 8 years. Due to high rent, I'm doing in car shed. Now, I wanted to start my export in Khadi. So, what and all schemes can sir say about that? Can I have his phone number or mail ID like that to after my course will end within one month?
What can you please say what is your business?
B- uh, I'm doing my boutique.
Boutique, no? Okay.
Yeah,
Ah,
and I'm doing my masters in BCU in Central College.
okay. See,
Now within one month my course will end. Due to high rent, I'm doing down of my house in my car shed. I
mhm.
have done for eight years. It was very high rent, so I thought it's no use. So
See,
I'm doing as a part time.
so
So
okay.
I'm planning to export this khadi dresses to foreign country. So
Thank
what and all schemes I can avail? Can you help me out, and your phone number or mail ID it is there, I can meet you after the course.
Send me for my email, I will tell you.
Yes, sir.
Is I will add it in my email. My email is VGSS, V for victory, G for Goa. VGSS
BGSS
RGR
RGR
at yahoo.com or gmail.com. You can send
at yahoo.com.
or gmail.com. Okay. My number
Okay,
is 94490
94490
624
624
73.
oh, 73.
Yeah, 73.
Okay, sir. Which scheme is good, sir, for
So I tell you, please put your because I could not get it because your proper idea.
okay, sir.
My
Okay, sir. I will meet you after the course. Okay, sir.
So, anybody?
One question. Yeah, one more question from Aishwarya Thakur. She is asking, what impact does the current situation has on business in the COVID situation? As they're facing a lot of difficulties, what would you suggest for the upcoming entrepreneurs?
See, the at present entrepreneurs, those who are interested to go for self-employment, I suggest them focus on two important issues. One is the present situation needs a medical support, medical-based items, or medical-based ancillary items. That's all most important because we have huge requirements because of this COVID. So I suggest you please focus on these areas. Like we have got around 70 identified items related to this medical COVID situation only. So I can send the details, these items, so we can think of to identify and do something in that particular projects. And food related may be there, and something like cleaning, washing of the fabrics, or stitchings and PP kits manufacturing, or all related items are all they are in need of that. Okay. 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 Shall we close it?
Any
Because
more questions?
yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I think we can close it. I don't see any more questions coming up.
Yeah. Okay.
So on behalf of all the participants here and on behalf of Sindhu Bay School of Design Fashion Department, I extend my gratitude and thank you to you for spending your valuable time for us. In fact, you have given us a good insight into entrepreneurship although the program was like MSME assistance, you have actually given us a complete overview of what is entrepreneurship and who should be an entrepreneur. What are the qualities required? What are the challenges that women be facing, and what are all the schemes available from MSME, or what are the MSME sectors and all. So I suppose that all our participants would have benefited from this, and thank you very much once more, sir, and thank you all of you, all the participants. Thank you so much. Have a
Thank
nice
you.
day.
All
Take
the
care.
best. Take care.
Thank you, sir.
Nana.